Hey Stacy, so here's kind of a recap of what we went over today. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is kind of get your class, kind of the schedule figured out for the semester. So this, by going to your content tab, course materials, and clicking on schedule, that brings up this scheduler tool. So by putting in the first day, which we said is technically really that Monday the 11th, and then the last day, May 27th, kind of gives you an idea of week to week what you should have students working on. So I copied and pasted that into this Word document here, and so it does have spring break on the right week, but one thing I did realize is that the park testing is going to be in here. So what I was thinking we could do, insert a row above, because park testing is this same week. So what I have, how I'm scheduling my class is I'm doing, the students are either testing so students are either testing on the 11th or what's the next week? They're either testing on the 11th or the week of the 18th. So what I do is have the same assignments scheduled for those 2 weeks. So I'm just going to add that in here. And you might want to put like park. That way, if they're testing that first week, they can do the assignments the next week, or if they're testing the next week, they can do the assignments that first week. And then just kind of bump all of these down in order to get everything to line up a little better. And so by this schedule, you're actually getting it done a week early, it looks like. So that might be something you kind of fluctuate by 20. So that maybe you actually, it might not be a bad idea, because what I decided I'm going to start doing this week or this next semester. So maybe you make 5/20 kind of like a review week, and then 5/27 would then be our last week of school for them to take an exam. Oh, actually, you might want to just separate this, because this looks like some Unit 6 stuff. Review for, not sure why that's not bulleting. There we go. So you might want to do something like that for your class plan. Boom. For the semester. And then you can kind of use this you can plug this into Margaret's thing, but now you kind of really don't need to. She does kind of have like, well, this might be a good reminder, no school on MLK Day. What? She has that in there twice? Oh, I think this might be President's Day. I don't know. Doesn't look like she has all these dates quite right, but she does have all the professional development in there, which, doesn't, I don't not schedule things on professional development days. So you could just kind of work off this schedule here. Maybe I'll send this to you. Okay, so once you have your semester kind of laid out with your scheduler, and you might want to copy and paste that into a Word document so you have that saved. This is where the next step would be then to kind of assign everything to the class plan. So I'm on the plan tab, I'm in the month view, and in January. And so we kind of said to make, well, you could kind of put in, this is what I added to my classes. That first day, make Scantron testing day, and then I also included a little descriptor here that says refer to Kmail for testing information. Just so students are aware that they have something to do that day. And then again, maybe the 6th, 7th, and 8th, you kind of have a getting to know you assignment or a welcome assignment or something to that effect. And then Monday, the 11th, is where you might want to actually start your content. So I like to have the content open in an additional tab here. So based on kind of what we have, what the scheduler says to cover in this first week, the discussion, the writing assignment, the Unit 2 Quiz Yourself 1, and then this writing assignment. So something I noticed that might be kind of confusing is your scheduler has the quizzes named a little different. So instead of Unit 2 Quiz Yourself 1, this would actually be your quiz defining your character. So they just have some different names for your quizzes in there. So you might want to just make note of that. All right, so anyways, we're saying the 11th. Maybe you want to tackle the readings. So just to point out, this is only your graded assignments. It doesn't include the readings. So you're going to have to kind of think about, all right, before they do the discussion in this writing assignment and the quiz, I want to make sure they have that content read. So maybe we assign all the reading content on Monday, and then assign those assignments other days of the week. So we could go, if we click on that date, add content, we'll go to this first unit. And again, this is where that tedious process comes in of linking every single little thing and lots of clicking, getting back to the right date. So we have the unit introduction, thinking about yourself. This is the first kind of lesson here. And so maybe you also want them to knock out those 2 readings and the discussion that first Monday. All right, and then so those will show up on that Monday, and then maybe on Tuesday you want them, so we have this discussion taken care of. Maybe on Tuesday you want them to tackle this writing assignment, the list of core values. So we'll click on that date, go to more, add content, go to the right section here, list of core values, and let's say we want, looks like we need to send that quiz for Wednesday. And that last writing assignment for Thursday. And so if maybe if you want, you know, students to have a couple days to work on something, so maybe this writing assignment, list of prioritized personal growth goals, list of core values. Oh, that's not the right one. I need to back out. I actually need, oh, so this shows us this is the next writing assignment, but it looks like we have some reading that they'll need to complete before getting to that writing assignment. So we'll make them do the reading maybe on this day. And then for the 15th, we will assign that other writing assignment for that week. Oops, wrong unit. So it's a lot of clicking, especially if you start clicking on the wrong things. So then that will be our first week of assignments. So we've got the discussion, this writing assignment, core values, the quiz, and the writing assignment, personal growth goals, all in there that first week, along with the readings that we had to add in. And so there's your first week worth of stuff if you're following along with this scheduler. And then also your next steps, once you get a week kind of laid out in there, the next thing you'll probably want to do is go in and then make sure that you have the due dates assigned to those things. So if we go into our content, to assign the due date for like this discussion, so we're going to make the due dates for that following Sunday that they were assigned. So they were assigned on this week, so that means they're due on Sunday. Same with this one. Was assigned this first week, so it's due Sunday the 17th. Same with this one. And something I could have been doing is just copying and pasting. And then making sure that you give them until the end of the day to get that done. Okay, so that was all of the items, again, in your scheduler. So let's go and update. Let's refresh our plan, and we should see all those due dates show up then on that following Sunday. Yep, there we go. So here's all the assignments. Here's when everything was assigned. Here's when the zeros go in. So we set the due date for that day. So one thing that is kind of strange is you might see like, so here's the discussion. This one's the list of core values, due date, the quiz due date. Here's the grading assignment list of personal growth goals, and you're gonna see like somehow that got on here twice. Personal growth goals and personal growth goals. Not sure why that happens. I don't know what it looks like on the student's end if it just shows the same assignments due twice. I think that's just a glitch. That's happened to me several times. It just, for some reason, shows up twice when I put in a due date. I haven't gotten any questions about it, so I don't think it's very confusing for kids, but so not sure what that happens. So anyway, so there's your first week of stuff kind of laid out. So now you could kind of go in and start in on this second week and getting the readings assigned, the writing assignments, the quizzes, and all that good stuff. So hope that helps. Again, we looked at the scheduler, getting the plan set up with the assigned readings and assignments, and then getting those due dates put in. So that should be enough to kind of get you going with getting that class plan set up. One other thing I just thought of is you might want to add in when your Class Connect sessions are. So I'm not sure when yours are, but if it's like Wednesday, maybe it's Wednesdays at like 10 a.m. You can click on that to add, name it whatever you want, or name it Class Connects, and then you can go in, uncheck all day, and this is where you could like say it's specifically from 10 a.m. to 11, and hit save. And so that way it's also there on your calendar so students know when your class connects are for the class.